So we are sitting here with Corde again, as most of y'all know. Corde, back up a little bit. The camera just like right up in your. There you go. Let's get some headroom. Okay, cool.
That's what the ladies want to see, though.
The head.
You know. Hey man, it's freshly shaved, bro.
Hey, how often do people mix you up for EDP? 4-5. You know what I'm talking about, Corde?
Eat that pussy 45.
Yeah.
Never, but I'll take his followers though. I'll take his followers gladly. Bro.
Hey, I can't.
Hold up,
Hey, you let me know when you're done, man. I can't.
I gotta just get this. Hold up, I gotta get the back. I gotta get the back though.
Damn.
I can dream, right? I can dare to dream, right? I can't scoot this thing forward. My bad.
That's what type of night it's gonna be.
Oh my god.
You already know, man.
So we got Calvin Logan here.
Yeah.
Nobody know who this nigga is.
Calvin Logan.
DJ Cal. You know
there you go.
Calvin Logan was a senior.
But never do look right here.
Were you a senior when I was a freshman in high school?
Are you just gonna put my age out there like that?
They didn't even say your age, nigga. Nobody know how old Ox is.
Oh, they know. Yeah.
So I was first introduced to Calvin. Obviously, he played football, varsity football for Piedmont High School. He was doing work out there, starting running back. How many touchdowns you finished with in high school?
2,000.
Right. Exactly. And
hold up. Hey, hold up. Was Calvin good in high school? This is something I always want to ask. Was Calvin good in high school?
Calvin thought he was good in high school.
Okay.
Right. Like he was a starting.
I didn't like practice.
Right. He was starting tailback though. It was him and your boy Phil. Right. We're that was our offense. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
everybody else.
Right.
That's how we finished 2-11 junior year.
Oh, y'all was 2-11? Oh, okay, never mind.
I think one of the first conversations I ever had with Calvin in high school, I just got punched in the face by. You remember?
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I got sucker punched. I got sucker punched.
By who?
Remember Ben? Remember the Asian kid?
He was in your class?
He was in my grade. Yeah, this dude sucker punched me, and yeah. So I came to school and I was kicking it with Latanya and Gerald, obviously, and Anache, the crew. Yeah, all the black people. Right,
all the
exactly.
Black people hung out. Right.
And freshmen didn't really talk to seniors too much. But you came up to me and you was like, Ox, you need me to take care of this nigga for you? Like you need help or something like that? That was the first real conversation you ever had with me in high school.
We got to stick together, man. And then you had I don't, see, you didn't never know Ox in high school, but he had this Dr. J Afro, man. Like this Afro that I have is nothing compared to it went out. It tucked in the back. It was goals. It was real life goals. He's the reason I cut my hair, actually.
I'm the reason why you go.
I was depressed. Fucking depressing.
So let me guess, bro. So Calvin, let me ask this. So did Ox have little Bow Wow hair?
Of course.
Oh, for sure,
bro. Like you know how little Bow Wow hair was just hella long, right? And no matter how hard or what products you used to try to grow it, his hair it seemed like his hair was here. Then it got down here to it, and then it was just hella long. It'd be like, bro, so I just can't get as long as Bow Wow, huh? I just can't get it. But y'all didn't know me in high school. My shit was down here too, though.
We all had that though, because of Iverson. My cousin braided your hair, Calvin.
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody didn't have it like you though.
No,
because girls would be walking around like, "Oh, can I touch your hair? Can I?" It's so fluffy. You feel so good. What
was it like for you before I got there, Calvin? Like being the only black person, and then I had to come and rain on your parade. What was it like for you growing up at that? How long did you go to Piedmont for?
Most of my life.
So you were there the whole
kindergarten
from
through
the
12.
jump. Okay.
Yeah, kindergarten through 12. Have you guys seen?
What? It was kindergarten through 12?
Yeah.
It wasn't the same school, but it's like the system. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Richmond, because that was a city that I was born and raised in. But John Sweat would have been my high school. That's a negative. That's a negative. That's a negative.
But also, bro, I didn't go to no school in Richmond, so my school's in El Cerrito. So yeah.
And before Mom moved to Rodeo, it would have been Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
My mom wasn't playing that game. She was like, "They got no windows. You ain't going to a school with no windows."
Nah, I remember one time we played Kennedy. Yeah. You remember Kurt Bryan? Calvin, you were there kind of before Kurt, our head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he told us to duck our heads on the way out after the game, playing Kennedy.
Yeah.
But see, Ox, you a little younger though.
Yeah.
I played a basketball game where half the gym at Kennedy was lit and the other half wasn't. So we could only play. No, you guys are laughing. You guys are laughing, but it was a real situation.
Bruh, what you mean?
Or my senior year when Kennedy didn't have enough players and they borrowed some of our players.
What?
That's when it got real interesting.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Which ones did they pick? That. Did you give them the bench players?
Hell no, you give them trash.
Of course not. They're trash. JV.
No, I've heard this. I remember literally, Richmond High tried to do the same. Because I remember Richmond High was like, "Hey, y'all got any extra players?"
Get
was like, "What?
Out of here!"
It was like, "We could suit them up right now." I was like, "What the like?" Or, "Hey, any of y'all JV players didn't? any of y'all JV players didn't play?
You're right.
We need some extra players for varsity,
right?
We'll give them a ride home."
So then what ends up happening with that is because you're sharing teammates, you don't hate the other guys.
No,
you're like cool with them.
Yeah.
So then after the game, it's like, yeah, what's up, bro? It's good.
Right.
You know what I mean? We having the fish fry next weekend. You're more than invited. Okay. I'm not coming out here ever again. But
so wait, you didn't have teammates you didn't like? You didn't have teammates you didn't like? Because I mean, if we putting the trash people on the team, I usually didn't like them niggas. So like,
we
I'd hit them extra hard.
Our football situation was really it was really interesting, man, because we had a couple coaches that did not like the players, and they hated the parents. So it really was a the coaches used to hide our recruiting letters.
Are you serious?
Saying we never got them.
Get the fuck out of here! The football coaches.
Apparently I was recruited by Nevada and San Jose State.
Are you being serious?
And by the time I had got it, they had already chosen up on who they wanted.
Oh, bro, I didn't know that.
But what could you do as a kid?
Yeah.
We're kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely would have chose Nevada over San Jose State though all day. That's definitely the move.
So high school, Calvin, what was the game plan for you? Like, what did you think was going to happen after high school?
Man, I wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
I dove heavy into that. Went to school for it at Chabot.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, man, that's an interesting story that I'm not going to share on Zoom. But circumstances occurred to change my path. And then I fell into the hospitality industry. It was something that I was good at.
Yeah.
When I first got hired at a hotel in Berkeley, Phil was there and he was wearing khakis and sneakers and an untucked shirt. And I was like, "You get paid to do this?" Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And we're right down the street from the sororities. Like how? You know what? I think this situation is going to work out just fine for me. This is going to work out just fine for me.
So you and Corde know each other because you all end up playing actually at Laney. You guys played together.
At Laney, yeah.
For another group of coaches that hated kids. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a weird cycle.
True.
Was Coach Beam there? The one from
Yeah.
So what was the negatives about the coaching staff there for you, Cal? Like when you were you were playing running back, right?
At Laney?
Yeah.
We had 9 running backs. So, when you look at the depth chart and where I'm at on the depth chart and, the skill level of the people at the top of the depth chart, I'm like, okay, so if I was in a JC for 5 years, I probably still wouldn't be nowhere near the top of the depth chart.
True.
And they pick favorites, but most coaches that recruit different people, they pick their favorites. And if you weren't in that knit group of people that were, we'll call them the chosen ones, then you were kind of on the outside. Yeah. And, you had to fight for your playing time and you had to fight to get noticed.
Corde told me I almost died because of Coach Beam.
Yeah, that was a real thing. That was a real thing, man. And it's funny now, but at the time, man.
You had a seizure, right? That was a story you told last time.
What was it? It was a heat stroke, right? Or something?
Oh, I think his camera's off or frozen. Or his internet. I thought he was just smiling at my story.
The culture in football is, to cipher through the weakest. But when Corde had addressed a health concern, and y'all actively ignore it, and then the worst possible outcome comes. I mean, that's what teams get sued over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We might not even been looking at a Netflix special if he had seek legal advice. Or
but I had Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when we were in high school, I'm sure you guys remember, those schools in Texas where football kids had died and because they didn't get enough water and different stuff, and so
some of the
Coach, we're glad you're here with us, though.
Yeah, some of the worst life advice, football coaches, man.
I mean, I still remember quoting from Remember the Titans. And when Blue said to Denzel Washington, he's like, hey, we need a water break. He was like, what you say to me? He's like, we need a water break. He was like, water makes you weak. Water makes you coward.
Right. that
water's for washing blood on my uniform, and you don't get no blood on my uniform. He's like, we're going to do up-downs until Blue is
You said that coach is in prison somewhere?
Yeah, that coach is in prison somewhere. doing up now. Doing up downs.
Until you're no longer tired. We're gonna do it until you're no longer tired. Right. And thirsty. Like, hey coach, I don't know.
So Calvin, you growing up in Richmond and then going to Piedmont High School, that must have been difficult.
It was two different worlds.
Right. So talk about that a little bit.
I mean, kids in Piedmont didn't have to deal with, their home getting burglarized more than once, or coming outside and the car was stolen.
Yeah.
You're in $1 million mansion and the police circle the outer lining of the city.
Yeah.
So it was very different. It was very different.
Was it hard for you to connect with kids?
The guys or the girls?
Both.
The guys, somewhat. There was a what was it? A keg that we all went to, and one of the guys that was on the football team, he had a Confederate flag trucker hat, and some upperclassmen were there, and they ended up just beating him up.
Oh, for real?
Just off top.
Yeah.
They were black, but he thought it was funny.
Yeah, right.
I was the only black person at the party. They figured, figure what though? You know what I mean?
Right.
They figured that it was okay to be racist. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
You look back at those and think, wow, that wasn't okay. Like, and they should have beat him.
Oh no, bro, this is gonna be funny. Calvin's gonna love it. You know?
Right.
So what did that experience help you, like help teach you, I guess, just like, going up in one of the most affluent cities in the country. I mean, what, Piedmont was the number 20 something ranked high school, academically wise, you know what I'm saying? And a public school. What did that experience like help you with, or what do you think the takeaways from Calvin? Like, what would have been different about you if you had gone to Richmond or John Sweat, or Kennedy?
So you know how, like, you know how if you watch a music video, you see like Rolls Royces and you see the Porsches and you see the attractive girls, but it's not real. That music video was, they flew those girls in from here. They rented those cars from there. It's not real. Right. That money is fake.
Right.
They have to give the bank the money back.
Right.
So that's what Piedmont was like.
Yeah.
Your friends drive you to lunch in a Range Rover.
Right.
And, your birthday presents are, extravagant and not normal. And then you realize that's not real. That life is not real. People that, those same people, some homeless, some,
today,
addicted to drugs today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't real. You know what I mean? That lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know of maybe 3 or 4 people that as adults ended up having enough money to actually live in Piedmont in their own home.
Right.
But aside from that, you live like the rest of us.
Right. Right. And so fast forwarding to when you meet Corde at this point, so what was your relationship like? Like, how did you guys connect?
I don't know. How did we connect? Because he was on defense and I was on offense.
Right.
So,
I know how.
There you go.
We connected in the running line. And I was just like, who's this nigga? And I was like, we connected in the running line. Right. We was like, you got to get from this point to down there in 15 seconds. And I was like,
had to do it.
How the fuck I'm going to get down there in 15 seconds? Oh, also, I was making a transition from lineman to linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, lineman got 20 seconds. I'm like, okay, I can do this. 20 seconds ain't shit. Okay, I can get down there and shit. They was like, yo, Snell. I was like, what's up? They was like, why you ain't stepped up? Ain't you a linebacker? Oh, shit. Yep, right. And I was like, hold up. What's the time? 15 seconds. Shit.
I can't even remember how far it was far, though.
It was 100 miles. It was 100 yards.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Starting from goal line to goal line, you got to get there in 15 seconds. And then I think they shortened it to 13 at one point.
Oh, yeah. So these were gassers, though. So you're not only doing one.
Oh no, we was doing multiple. I think we did like 10.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was on. A lot of times back then, Beam used to make us do obstacle courses based off of people skipping out on what was a study hall. So we had the whole team had to go to the library to study during a certain period every day.
Yeah.
And it was a requirement. And our coaches didn't go. They walked us to the library, but they never were inside the library.
Yeah.
But they always knew
Yeah.
when somebody wasn't there. And so they tacked that on to whatever cardio we had. Snitches.
So why would people not show up?
Somebody snitch.
Yeah, every time. So why would people not show up to study hall?
Because niggas is cats, like you two niggas.
That's fair. I listen.
No,
I had to reschedule.
But you know, at a JC level, you have people that are just going to school for the financial aid check, and once that check is cut, then they out. So you have some of those players on the team also.
Snap. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm about to be playing. I was hella good freshman year 6 years ago. I'm about to get it in, and I'm about to get this money. I hope they caught on to that, man. Figured out a way to.
I think they did eventually. So, also, you had dudes who just didn't follow directions, who didn't know how to follow directions. Like, hey, bro, you really about to listen to Bean? This nigga ain't my daddy. Who the fuck you think you talking to?
Right.
I ain't going to study hall for what?
Right.
And then I remember he ain't trying to run. And so eventually we like deal with that BS because it would always be like some random player who was going against the system like every 2 weeks. So we had to run extra because this one dude want to buck the system. He was like, then all of a sudden a week and a half, man, y'all can keep doing this run if y'all want to. I ain't going here. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like, nigga, you could have saved our time and not made us do all this extra goddamn running. Like, you know.
But then, you know, like I said, this was a different beam because then it's like, okay, so y'all 2-3 people still not listening. Like everybody else fell in line, but y'all still not listening. Okay, so y'all gonna have practice at 5 a.m.
Yeah, the 5 a.m. practice,
and clean the weight room. So we used to leave the weight room fucked up. Plates everywhere. Yeah.
Coaches would tell us to do that too, remember? He was like, hey, y'all clean up. No, wait. We got some 5 a.m. people coming in here in the morning.
Right.
I remember
leave that there.
Then one time he was like, hey, everybody unrack every single weight because we got some 5 a.m. people coming in there. Did we do that one time? So it was like
that was for. I think maybe that was for getting caught smoking weed or something.
It was something crazy, but it was like
something.
It was something like
undisciplined people though.
It was like, what are you talking about? It was like unrack every single weight in here and put it somewhere. And we start running out of room to put stuff. He was like, just start stacking stuff in things.
and the coaches was helping us though.
Yeah.
The coaches was helping us.
It was like unrack every single thing. And I was like, Coach, he was like, put it against walls, put it on the floor, because somebody whoever coming in the morning, they cleaning all this. And I was like, well, I ain't never come in the morning. He was like, you will come in the morning if you got to. I was like, nah, Coach, I literally can't come. I'm not trying to. I got to work. You're like, not like I'm not going to be one of those people. He thought I was talking back. I'm like, no, I'm not coming because I got to work at this time. I literally can't make it at that time. So.
And you also did live in Oakland.
Right.
You know, so you commuted. You know what I mean?
So, and obviously we know from Cordy's story last time, he ended up transferring to you went to CC afterwards, right? And then you ended up going down to Santa Barbara. The comedy for you picked up because of a play that you had to, right? A theater class that you ended up taking, essentially, right?
Theater class I had to take, drama class, yep.
Right. So for you, Calvin, where was your plan to try to play in the next level, at the next school?
Get off your phone, nigga.
No, I apologize. It is my birthday today.
Happy birthday, Calvin.
Right. Oh, happy birthday to you, Calvin. Yeah.
The phone is going crazy. And then, with the AirPods and start talking to you, XYZ said, happy birthday. So, no, there was no next level for me. No.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Did you want to leave the Bay Area at least?
No, not really. All my homies did though.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that he went to the Naval Academy.
Mm-hmm.
My other homie, he went to Arizona State. But I had to be loyal to my soil.
Fuck that.
I feel it. And so today you DJ, obviously you used to work at 24. I'm assuming you don't work there anymore. right? Because they
no, we're in the purple tier.
They're in the purple tier now.
For those that are not in California, we're in the purple tier. Curfew. Is it curfew yet?
It's yeah. So how has the pandemic affected you altogether, Calvin? Did you get corona like your boy over here?
I didn't, but I was in a situation where I lost my job. I did lose my job, and my unemployment, I fell into a situation where I was like the people that didn't get paid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So no job, no money. I had to figure out, something else.
Right. So that's why you got the black hoodie on now. So you start.
Yeah.
You start.
Right.
You actually came through for me in a big way almost a year ago. I think I produced a comedy show, and I typically have a DJ, a homie, come through and mix the comedy shows as well, obviously. And Calvin said you wanted to do it. I was in a situation where I really needed somebody, and you flew down from the Bay, man, to work the show. What'd you think?
And I appreciate you for chartering that plane for me. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Spirit for all my clients.
I flew into Van Nuys, and it really, you had the presidential pick me up, and it was quite the experience for real. No, man, it was a lot of fun, man. My sister lives in Southern California. So I go down there often, and I felt kind of shitty because you've lived down there for a long time, and I've never really visited the homie.
About me at all, right?
Nigga, hold up, nigga. I was saying in IV had an apartment to myself. I told this nigga to come down. I said that IV 2 straight summers.
Never did.
Come through.
Santa Barbara for years. Santa Barbara for years.
Never came through. Nigga, I said it was just me. It was just me.
I said, where do I fly into Santa Barbara? You want to fly?
Oh, right. I told him you can't fly into Santa Barbara. He was like, what you mean? So he looked up tickets. How much was the tickets?
$800. $800 for a flight.
Nah, not doing that.
It's a private airport. That's what I told him.
It's cheaper to fly to Cabo. I should have just flew to Cabo for that flight. That's hotel included.
So how long have you been mixing music?
7 years.
Okay.
7 years.
You want to talk more about that phase of your life?
Yeah. You want me to start from the beginning?
Yeah.
So basically, when I was 18,
hold up. This nigga Calvin never been interviewed before, so he don't know how to do shit on a podcast.
I really don't. I really don't.
7 years.
I really don't.
7, and then just leave it at that.
So okay. you talk. So talk about where the music journey started for you.
So I was club promoting. I strictly did it to get females. It was imperative to have a sidekick dangling around my neck. It was imperative. I only used my minutes after 7 o'clock. It was a different time period. It was a different time period.
Kids today won't even know about that or before that, after 9.
You remember rollover minutes?
After 9.
Rollover minutes was amazing.
Yeah, I never had those. Never had those.
Early on,
no rollover minutes.
Early on, as soon as I got text messaging, I had hella rollover minutes. I remember at one point they said I had.
No, go ahead.
I said at one point they said I only used an average about 450 minutes or something like that on my phone.
But the texting, you couldn't text people before like 5 o'clock or something, right?
No, I had unlimited text.
You had to pay for text.
Yeah.
No, I had to
pay for text.
So when I finally got text, I had unlimited texting so my phone I couldn't text you, but I could receive text messages. That's how.
Different time period, boy.
They was like, "Why don't you text me?" I was like, "Oh, I can't text." They was like, "What do you mean you can't text?" I was like, "I can't text. You can send me a message. I'll receive it." But then sometimes they'd be like, "Do you want to open this?" And then you'll get charged.
Right.
So I had to stop. I had to tell people, "Hey," because I remember every time I got a message, it would be like $1, and my mom was like, "Why you keep getting these $5 text?" Like, imagine that. Getting a text message costs $1.
That's why all the like little LOLs and shit like that, because literally hella funny or laugh out loud, you're spending fucking $20 to say that.
$20 right there.
Yeah. You would have to send a whole paragraph back in the day to like really get to know a chick.
No. Can you imagine how our parents ever met people in public without phones?
Telegram. Telegram.
So Calvin, your club promoting your
and so I started just lingering around the DJ booth. You know, the DJs always had girls around them, and everybody always knew the DJ.
Right.
So I was like, you know, promoting, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Me going to malls and this whole situation. The DJs don't have to do nothing. Their stuff is already here. They put the headphones on and the girls just flock to them.
Right.
I need to be in that business. I'm in the wrong business. we need to work smarter.
Calvin said, I do not want to be passing out these flyers in the Eastmont Mall anymore.
Sitting out in the cold. The promoters holding the clipboard outside with the guest list. Nah. Hell no. So one of the DJs, his name is DJ G Money. He just kind of took me under his wing and just showed me. He showed me how to DJ.
Yeah.
And we sat in his room for hours. And he just showed me. I asked him tons of questions. And so then I started getting comfortable. And then I was like, okay, I need to get my own equipment. You know, I'm tired of going to the homie's house. I need to get my own stuff.
Yeah.
So I got my own stuff. And then, I'm practicing and watching YouTube videos and calling him. And I'm like, well, okay, so if I do this, what does that do?
Right.
Okay, well, it makes that noise, but you also have to, and then, so on and so on. And so then I got comfortable enough to record myself. Because then I was like, okay, I need to record this.
Yeah.
And it was trash. The first 27 mixes I ever made were trash.
First 27 mixes.
Wait, 27?
Nobody will ever hear them. But yeah. And even if you go to my Mixcloud and you listen to the very first mix I ever posted, it was trash.
Yeah.
Transitions were trash and everything was trash.
Yeah, I didn't have the heart to tell you.
No, I knew. And somebody told me, one of my OGs was like, don't ever delete that because you want to know where you started from.
Oh, yeah.
How much you've progressed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same for comedy for you guys. I'm sure your first stand-up or your first, probably was trash.
It's
not
horrible.
Trash, but
Calvin, it is trash.
No, it wasn't trash.
Your first time ever on stage?
It wasn't trash.
Your first time ever on stage, Corde, was not trash.
It was not trash. What? I'm serious. No. I'm serious. No. The first time I went on stage, it wasn't trash. It wasn't. I actually did good.
Okay. The first time you did a show outside of the mirror, outside of, in front of somebody, even if it was
that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, how most people say the first time you get up, it was trash. Mine was the opposite. So I actually did good my first time, right? But then I was way up here, had myself on this pedestal that I got knocked down all quick. So mine was the opposite. Did well and thought every time was going to go well. Yeah. And then it was that one time that went bad that made me like, oh, snap, I got to work at this. So that's what I'm saying. Like I started off good, and I'm like, I don't need to practice. I was one of them dudes. I don't need to practice. I'm good. I'm funny.
But like to Calvin's point, when you first started out, and if you have any of those recordings, I mean, everything from your stage presence to your deliveries and all that was perfect the first time. No, that's what I'm saying. You're just being difficult right now during the conversation.
No. I'm not being difficult. So what I'm saying is that first time I did
you're saying the crowd reaction wasn't. They booed you off stage. It was like, you had a good.
Yeah.
No, I had like a good set, and a lot of people like I did good that first time. But I'm saying those other times, because that first time went so good, became less and less work ethic because I was going off that first time.
Yeah.
So when you had that first show and you got knocked down and you came up,
Yeah.
How many times did that happen? Just once?
What did you mean?
So you were on their high.
And then you got knocked down pretty quickly.
Then you got knocked down.
So it was like here, right? And then I started going like this. Because like my workout, and then it was one of those like I'm good, and then all of a sudden I had that show that was bad, and then it went like this, and then I had to build myself back up. Yeah.
So once you built yourself up, you never came back down again.
No, you have dips. Yeah, you have dips.
You definitely have dips, but the dips don't affect you as much anymore.
Yeah, because it can be as random.
Yeah,
because like with comedy, you'd be like so. Imagine this, right? You had a gas mix, everything was going good and stuff like that, and then 2 days later you go to another club and nobody like your music.
Right.
Happens all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
That, like that's they'd be like what the like I ain't liking this. Like what?
I went to Calvin did a quinceañera. I think you invited me to one time. What did you?
Got about it.
I'm trying to think where was I?
Hayward. You asked me to help you out. You paid me $20.
Oh. Hey, see, I'm not even gonna tell you whose house it was.
Oh,
I know though, huh? Her name start with a T.
C.
And don't start with a T, huh?
Start with a C.
Start with a C. CTA.
Hey, you know what it is. You know what it is.
Yep.
We ain't gonna say her name, no. But
say less. Okay, we got it.
So I called him to come because the assumption was that there was going to be a whole bunch of females. Now, what I didn't tell
wrong
Ox,
assumption.
What I didn't tell Ox was that it was a children's party. The party was for a 9-year-old.
So it was a lot of females.
Moms.
It was all
moms.
They had
with their husbands. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was the ride, so I was stuck there until the very end of the night.
Very
like, hey, bro, it's bitches here. Like, bro, nigga, they all married
with their husbands. Right. So I didn't really lie.
You know, you didn't.
I said they were going to be there.
You bamboozled me. Yeah.
I've bamboozled a few homies, so don't feel too bad.
There was your event for the Oakland Rebels that I went to as well. You also said there'd be a lot of females at.
Yeah, there were not.
None.
Like not. And that was once again, it was for the kids.
Right. Once again, moms,
children
with their husbands,
with the husbands
at the games. Right.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So what happened to you when you were younger, Calvin, that makes you do this to the people that are closest to you?
No, you know what? It's putting my homies in situations like that when I do get the club gigs or when I do get shit that's popping,
right,
I feel like I'm giving back because I gave you a shitty performance with a shitty crowd.
Right.
What?
You heard
that violin though? No?
You did throw me some lobs up back in the day.
I threw you a lot of lobs.
Yeah.
I threw you a lot of lobs. And you didn't have to do much.
Did not have to do a thing. Yeah.
See, you don't even understand.
It's a shame I can't get it back. It's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did throw me some lobs back.
I'm trying to just get these waves back.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Let alone a fro. This is like, hey, just give me like 4 dippers, like right in the front.
Man.
No lie, real talk.
You want that bronze?
Bro, I wish I just had hair on the top and everything else was bald. Nah, just give me the top. Just give me this. Just give me like the lawn, just give me the lawn. Just give me the lawn right here. All this can be gone. I don't need. Just give me this. Just give me this right here.
Snipes and White Man Can't Jump without the hair.
White Man, just give me. I can just grow it. Just give me that. Just give me that. I don't even need the rest. Why you don't go bald other spots? Why you gotta be? Never mind.
Everywhere else you grow hair except for your head. Right. Back to the main point, Calvin. So, DJ. So obviously, pandemic is like. What are some of the the benefits that you've been able to find from this this lockdown? Obviously, you're not able to play clubs and do any gigs or anything like that. But what are some of the benefits that you've been able to experience?
Well, one thing that I've tried to do is,
you said you were jobless. Were you able to get a job? How are you paying for things?
Yeah, I'm definitely in an essential situation, and as the rest of California is in this purple, I have work tomorrow at 8:30. So it's really, I'm lucky, and I'm glad that I do have a job because a lot of people don't.
Right.
But to answer your question, so a lot of my fans, they only like a certain type of ratchetness.
You said a lot of my fans.
I know. That's why. That's why my eyes spoke. You see my eyes? Oh, fans. Okay.
So, I mean, the charts speak for themselves.
No, and your charts.
If you go to my mixes, But look, listen. So, to branch out of the hip hop, the trap, and everything that is common, I've tried to do, cumbia. I've tried to do country.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to just do different things that, is a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Music that I don't, Latin music, I can't understand. Right. I don't speak Spanish. So it's extremely different from, trap music, hip hop music.
Yeah.
Where, I know where the chorus is. I know where.
I think Corde has a question for you.
He has a question? Well, yeah, I got you. What's going
on? So when you was thinking of these country, like R&B, or you said, what do you say, Latin mixes?
Bachata, cumbia.
Bachata, cumbia. Anybody help you come up with those ideas? Was like, you should probably do something different. Anybody help you with that?
I'm like Meek Mill, self-made. Off top.
But the thing about it, Meek Mill is limited. So I'm just saying. So me and this nigga talk like every damn day.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him, I'm like, bro, how many mixes you do? How many mixes you do? He's like, I put out one a month. I was like, bro, you need to put out probably one a week, and then switch it up. I was like, have like a country, R&B, hip hop, and then pop, right? Just have that like this in rotation. That way, every week, you doing something different every week. Then all of a sudden, this nigga was like, I think I'm gonna start doing a reggae tone mix. I'm like, oh, really? You about to? I think I'm gonna do a pop mix. So I wonder who you could.
That's good that you were able to help him with his music career, and he's been able to help you with comedy. I know he's been doing some joke writing for you. It's because I can see the styles blending a lot.
Nigga, styles, nigga, what?
So you know when you have a rapper and they be in the studio, song after song, putting beats with songs and all that, and don't nobody be there. But at the award show, all the homies is there. Like, they holding the trophy like, hey, we made it.
Right.
And they didn't do shit.
Right.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's
bro.
My boy.
No, that's a damn lie, bro. Don't you be calling me out like that.
I went to a quinceañera with you. I do not want to. That is false.
Yeah, you were in the trenches. You were in the trenches with me.
Because real talk, bro. You're good right. Well, if you was going, all I would want will be the invitation. That's you on stage, bro.
So Calvin, what are your music goals, man? Like, are you making your own beats yet?
I dipped off into that. And I almost feel like I need to go take a few classes.
Yeah.
To understand music a little better.
Mm-hmm. But so you're starting to dabble into making your own music. Sound engineering, is that at all something that you would be looking to get into in the future also? Mixing for people and helping, lay down some vocals and whatnot.
Yeah. But I like being in the front line though.
Yeah.
So if I'm laying down beats for somebody, I need to be at the concert, on stage.
Right. You're DJ Mustard.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of mixing and mostly talking like Khaled. Like Khaled.
Man, I heard Khaled don't even do the mixes. He just bring everybody
He has another DJ that actually spins the music.
So who were your musical influences, Calvin?
Musical influences. I'd say Jazzy Jeff, man. I watched a lot of Jazzy Jeff, man. And but he mixes everything. Like jazz music. He scratches on. I mean, stuff where I'm like, how did you put this jazz with that Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
How did you even? So yeah. And then that challenges you to do it.
Right, exactly.
And then the first 18 times is trash before you record it.
I thought it was 27.
You've been listening, huh? You've been listening, boy.
So where can people find your music, Calvin?
I'm on Mixcloud, DJ Cal.
Okay.
There's a new mix out right now. There's 2 mixes out right now, reggaeton and 90s hip hop.
Yeah. And so you also work parties too, like you'll do kids parties, bar mitzvahs,
I do everything.
anything with children. It sounds like you will do and invite me to.
Anything and anywhere, man. I DJ'd a wedding in the Dominican Republic.
What?
And that was
right. I remember that.
That was insane. That was insane.
Yeah.
We had the hotel guests. They told me to keep the volume at a certain level, and I completely ignored it and pretended I didn't speak English. So I turned it all the way up. So hotel guests are coming out to where the wedding is. Employees of the hotel are on their lunch break twerking on the dance floor.
Get out of here.
And they definitely were fired. They for sure were fired. They lost their jobs. Because I was playing YG and all types of shit out there. It's fun though. It's fun to get out on the road, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that. When you guys are in a different city that you've never been to before.
I'm sorry, Corde. Your internet, your internet is tripping right now. I'm sorry. What? This is my fucking show, bro. You gonna show me some respect on my show? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm not gonna take this slander on my own show.
Hey man, you gonna get this slander. You gonna get this work. This is a rap battle. You gonna get this work, nigga.
I haven't officially done a road trip. I haven't done a road trip, but I have performed in other cities and states, man.
Yeah.
But what does it feel like?
Nah, you'll get there.
Amazing. To be able to make someone laugh and that who knows nothing about you is amazing. I mean, that's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unbeatable. That feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling is unbeatable.
So when you're at a DJ, like for me, until I hear the first laugh, snicker, giggle, I'm nervous on stage. How about for you?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you play music, that just you freestyle it until people start getting there.
Right.
And, let's say the party starts at 9.
Yeah.
9, 10, by 11, you should be playing something that people can move to. So by 12, it should be on and jumping.
Yeah.
There have been times where it hits 12 and people are like still kind of like 2-stepping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, I'm playing some bangers, man.
Yeah.
When I put back that ass up, I need everybody, your grandmama, your cousin, your auntie.
Yeah.
So what do you have like a list of songs that are like in your back pocket if things aren't going right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of those songs is A Ladies.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
for sure. Yeah. All right, what else?
It never misses. I Need a Hot Girl.
Yeah.
Never misses. Never misses. Never. And any race. Black, white, Mexican, doesn't matter.
Well, I think that's the Bay Area, though. I think the Bay Area is the most. The diversity doesn't affect the people's ears as much. But if you were to come down to like Ventura County or Oxnard, and you're trying to win over, a whatever group, You gonna have to. Yeah, you gonna have to. So yeah, do you tailor your music at all to the crowd, or do you like?
You have to.
Okay.
You have to. You have to. I don't. I go in prepared. I have a set. Like I did a party a few weeks ago, and they wanted reggaeton, and so they were a little weary on me because, you know, I don't speak Spanish.
Right.
You know, there's not an ounce of Mexican in my blood.
Right.
So they're looking at me like, I bet he about to play some whack shit, man.
Right.
I can tell.
He's going to play Suavemente over and over again.
He's going to play Suavemente 12 times and then be done.
And then get his money and leave.
And, you know, when I got to some Nicky Jam and some J Balvin that wasn't out yet, they were pleasantly surprised.
Right.
And then come, you know, the follows on Mixcloud, and then come, hey, I'm having a birthday party. Wearing the purple tier, doesn't fucking matter. No. Yeah, see, I don't, you know, in a non-COVID situation, you that's how you get hired for gigs, word of mouth as a DJ. So, yeah.
So do you have like the whole like plastic like covering you so that you don't, when you're at these gigs, you're not dying?
No, but I usually have bodyguards. So now you actually know one of my secrets for why I invited you to said situation.
Right. I don't know who I was. I don't know. I see. You invite me to the kids' party because you figure I can stop those kids.
I'm not doing requests.
Right. Right.
No, I can't hear you. Talk to my man.
I'm sorry.
My man's right there. He got you. He got you. My
Makes
man,
sense.
no, Ox. His name is Ox. You talk to him. Don't talk to me.
Makes sense why he invited me to like a full grown up party and like I'm there. He was like, hey, just make sure nobody come up and mess with me at the DJ booth. Right. I'm like, oh, okay. And then hello people would come up to me first though, but hey, bro, hey man, can I give you something?
So he invites me to the Chuck E. Cheese events, and you get Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up. What's up.
This boy invited me to a barbecue. He was like, "Hey, bro, can I get you something?" I was like, "No, what you mean?" He was like, "Oh, bro, if he could play a few songs for me, bro, you could try my barbecue. We'll trade off. You play a few songs of mine. I'll give you some ribs."
So that was I had to DJ a barbecue cook-off. Sorry for not inviting you. You be in Southern California, but so you had like 8 or 9 different groups of people that cook different barbecue. And so, you know, everybody kind of wanted an in. They wanted a way to like win the competition because it was money. It was like 2 racks. It was
it was a good amount.
They weren't cooking for fun. They definitely were cooking to win that money. And so I figured, you know, I invite C. He gets to maybe look at some unavailable girls. Maybe one of them's available. He gonna eat good.
Oh man!
And I don't have to pay for anything. But I don't. It also was like 100 degrees though.
Okay.
It definitely was. It was in Sacramento, so
bro.
It was hot as hell.
101.
It was
no. It was like 99. It didn't get to 100. It was 99. And then people in Sac was like, "Hey, bro, it was kind of cooler than it's been these last few days." It was like
everybody kept saying that.
They're like, cooler.
It's cool today.
It was like, it was 104 yesterday.
Dripping the sweat off our face.
Dripping. Bro, he was like, they said it was cooler today because yesterday it was 105.
Yeah.
So we didn't hit triple digits today, so that means it's cooler. Right. Bro, I think by 11 or like 10:30, like after we got there for a bit, it hit 95.
Right.
And I'm like
just sweating.
And he was like, hey, see, you want to help me unload my music? I was like, bro, what?
Yeah.
And then so that was my first outdoor gig, and I had to rent a generator. And so, you know, like usual Calvin fashion, I woke up late,
of course,
running behind.
Yeah.
And so the only generators that Home Depot had were the 800 Honda that, is about, the length of a 8x11 table. And I tore up my car trying to get it in the back seat. I mean, it just was, it was the craziest thing, man. Yeah. Craziest thing.
I still don't get this too, because he packed hella shit in his car, and I was like, hey, bro, you want to put some up? Nah, bro, I got it. I had a Nissan Altima, which is way more roomy than his shit. Sure. And I was like, bruh, I got room. It's just me.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
He's like, it's good. It's good.
It'll fit.
He's like, it'll fit. It'll fit. I'm like, all right.
So, Corde, I know you gotta get out because you gotta go over to the city tonight, and we're in the purple tier. Calvin, it's your birthday today, man. Happy birthday. Appreciate you for finally not canceling on us.
Hey, and I'm locked in, so whenever we want to do this again, I'm locked in.
Right.
I'm zoomed up. I'm zoomed up.
So, Calvin, I mean, let's do some cheesy birthday introspection today. What would have been some lessons that you've learned over the years that you wish someone had told you before you had left high school? We've been doing such a good job. Like, I see where you're going with it. I see the wheels turning in your head. We've been doing so good. Let's
see that. You see that? Like, like, let me. We talking the real. We talking the real. We talking the real.
Because to give you, for example, when I asked this to Corde, his answer was, I should have kept thirsting over the big booty Becca.
It was no thirsting. It was no thirsting. First of all, it was no thirsting.
Because she was gonna break up with her boyfriend.
So what I said was, keep talking to the thick chick named Rebecca, because she's gonna break up with her dude.
My grandma listens to this podcast.
Which was like the funny, like, it was a thick white chick, right?
And that was a big lesson. It was a big lesson.
Really, who I was talking to, I was like, hey, keep talking to the chick named Devin, but I coded her name for Becca. Real talk, it was keep talking to the thick white chick named Devin, because she's gonna break up with her boyfriend and she's gonna be single. And then because I knew her sister, I was like, I had the end already. That's what I was really saying.
Right.
But
and to fast forward to today, you are now blocked on Snapchat.
Right.
But that was the Becca chick. That was a totally different chick, though. That was
yeah.
I definitely would say that one thing that I wish that I could implement back then, what I do now, is not caring what the homies think of a girl that I'm talking to or that I'm dating.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we're younger, we're swayed one way or the other.
Sure.
And then when you get older, I'm in a scenario where I've got 4 or 5 super close homies, and none of us like the same type of girls.
Right.
We all like different.
Right. Which is perfect.
Girls.
Which is perfect.
True. Yeah.
So if I had known that back then, I definitely wouldn't have asked, hey, what you think of old girl?
Right. Right. If you like somebody, you should have just talked to them.
I tell him that to his day when he asks my opinion. I tell him I'm Pacific. I'm like, well,
and I
what's
usually
her
do the
ethnicity?
opposite of whatever.
And then if it's a certain ethnicity, Nah, you can take my advice nowadays, but it's one Pacific ethnicity. I told him I don't find too attractive. So anything I know
we're not going to be racist on this show.
It's not being racist. First off, black people can't be racist.
You're not going to get my show canceled. We're not going to get. My grandma listens to this show.
You know what? We could open that up. Like, you really
first
off,
I'm an educated black man. Black people can't be racist. Black people can't. We can be prejudiced. We can't be racist.
He's
from the structure of power.
For anybody that is watching,
give you a
still,
real quick lesson, real quick.
Dr. Umar's cousin is on my show right now.
Don't associate me with that dude, man. He be clowning sometime, bro. He was like, it only takes a little bit. You see that one? It only takes a little bit for that coolness to activate.
No, come on. My grandma watches the show. Listen, Calvin, this is Calvin's turn. This is his birthday night.
No, man, I definitely, yeah. And we didn't get a chance to talk about, gender differences and the things that I really wanted to talk about. I feel like this was a complete waste, and we need to do this show again tomorrow.
We're gonna do another one.
I had some shit to talk about.
What do you want to say?
Some shit to talk about.
What do you want to
say? We don't have time. We don't have time. But I have some shit on my chest, especially the females that want to get in a relationship now that it's cold outside and we in the purple tier. But when COVID first started, hey, you know what? Let me turn my mic off. Man, turn my mic off.
Is there a heme in that cup of yours? Because all of a sudden you got real aggressive.
Hey, you know what? We don't have time for it though. Yeah. On another show, right. Man, we'll dive into that.
Because Corde, you have to go over to the city in the purple tier tonight.
The purple tier.
You've already had COVID once.
And you running out of time.
Hey man, I got a show.
No, you don't have a show. You know what I mean?
I got a show.
Because you don't want the police might be tapping into this. You don't got a show.
Oh snap! It's a curfew. You can't be out, and you have to be back.
You're not supposed to be out, so you're not going to no show. You ain't going to no show.
Well, you're gonna be showing.
Hey, y'all want to bust me out? I can bust you out. This show, right? I can bust you out.
Don't bust it out. Don't bust it out.
Why you couldn't record on Saturday?
We're gonna mute his camera. All right, folks. This has been very fun. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see if we allow him to come back on the show. Yeah, you're not done being muted, sir. Let me continue on. So Calvin, happy birthday.
Right on.
Yeah. Thank you for hopping on here.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure.
And Corey, do you have anything you'd like to say
before he mutes you again?
Before I mute you again.
Just follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Corde Made Your Day. On Twitter at Corde Made YR Day.
Okay.
On Facebook. And follow my podcast too, the Lit Podcast.
You're not gonna take my listeners, all 7 of my listeners. You're not going to take them.
That's crazy. Because you're just trying to promote your situation on his
right. You see that?
That's a network.
You see that?
I was trying to. I was gonna get you on my podcast so we can exchange fans. That's what I was trying to do. That's what there you go. Networking. That's what I was
networking. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of exchanging things, so viruses are out there in the world right now, the purple tier, and you're gonna go to the city tonight.
Purple tier, man.
And you said that like 8 times.
You did say that 8 times.
And you want him to really think about. You want him to think about it, his decision he about to make.
He's had COVID already.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Calvin, what are your socials?
You don't think I should go to the show? You don't think I should go to the show? What you saying, Turner? Ox?
I think that you maybe should think about other people, and think about not trying to spread this thing. Even Gavin Newsom is staying indoors. He's not out there. He's being responsible.
Hey, bro, that dude was out inside with 12 other people, bro. Don't try to give me that bull. Gavin Newsom is do as I say, not as I do. That's what he on.
He's saying you motherfuckers stay home so that I can go out and no lines. Calvin, with the socials.
It didn't look good.
It wasn't a good look.
DJ Cal _ on Instagram. That's where you can find me.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Be safe out there, Corde. Get home before 10.
Hey, will do. Will do.